Nelson, good to see you. First, we have to start with some disappointing news with Kyle Hadlin.
Yes, true. Something we were not expecting, and especially that type of injury probably would happen with someone with a lot of minutes and games. And at that moment, we didn't feel he was tired or playing too much game, but it just happened, and we have to deal with it. But it is disappointing for us, yes.
Any other further blows? You getting anyone back?
At the moment, no. In terms of new injuries, no. But good news, we had already Kai training with us 2 sessions, and Kieran Evans starting to get close as well. So let's hope next week things will be better as well. But I think we have to deal with this in the best manner. We still have different options. That's what we've been doing all season. It's not going to be different. Obviously, you are stronger when you have the full squad available. That's not the case now, and we will find a different solution.
Given your position in the table, the recent form, does that take some of the pressure off? Not say rushing players back, but obviously when you're desperately needing points, there's a temptation to go. You might not be 100%, but you've got to go back out there. Yeah,
well, the temptation is there, obviously, but we always try to be fair on the players as well, and I never felt I had to do that because and the way you've seen us and the options I will always try to find within the squad is to make sure when they come back when they are ready. But again, injuries, you never know. You never know when they will happen. You've got some indications, and then we always work on that to make sure we've got the players, everyone ready to go. At this time, I always felt according to the availability of the players I had, I always to make sure I put out the strongest squad and the strongest team as I can. So that's not going to be different. I never felt I needed to rush anyone. I just felt sometimes you do need is to find different solutions.
Well, you found them in recent weeks, but the games don't stop. No. Cheltenham now, and someone that Newport know very well coming back.
Yes. No, Michael is a manager that knows very well the club, and probably the manager who watched more games from us this season live here, and someone I also liked. He's been always great with me, and we talk a lot, I would say. So yes, it's a big game for both of us. I think we are close in terms of points. They've got 1 less game, but in terms of goals scored and conceded, I think we've conceded more, 3 or 4 goals, which is probably the difference now. Should be a good game, like it was the first one, where probably we didn't really know, at least from my end, I didn't know really very well the team, but we had in between a game for the League Cup, and it was going well for us, I would say, but then we end up losing when playing with 1 less player and all that. So it's been always good games, and hopefully it's going to be another competitive, good game, and hopefully things will go well.
Did you do the pro license around the same time with Mike?
No. It was earlier than me.
That game at Warden Road at the start of August, the start of your Newport County adventure. If you could go back in time and tell yourself that afternoon what you have learned in the few months
First
since,
game.
Yeah. What would you say?
Actually, not much. I got to be honest. Obviously, we were 2-0 down. We had a good reaction. We got a draw, and that game could have gone either way. At the very end, I can remember Clark had a goal, the winning goal in his feet, and probably from the very last moment, a throw in that we had control in the opposition half in that corner flag. They on a counter attack where then we missed a header, and that play developed, and they scored. I think it's just a a football game. Obviously you get to know and learn along the way, but I don't know. Is that game that didn't go for us? I don't know. If you remember, Amzad came on towards the end. He came on very well. The game changed. The tide changed toward us, and then a couple of minutes later, he had a shoulder injury, and we had to play those moments with one less player because I was pushing to win that game as well. So it is what it is. But I felt that game didn't go for us, and the fact that we played with one less player, unfortunately for Amzad, and we lost Amzad for a couple of other months after that. The game ended up like it did, but it's just a game, and again, it's not about one game. It's about what you do in 46 league games, and you have to have always, yes, live the moment, adjust, and being present in every moment. But I think you have to step back sometimes and look to the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is what the tables is showing now. That's all.
The table shows you could move into the top half for the first time since October, I think. Does that incentivise you? Does that bother you?
No, it's an incentive. It's what we do every day, and we try to win every game. I think you talk about pressure, talk about this pressure we've got every day. We got to make sure we improve, and we try to compete and win games. That's what we do, and yes, but I didn't think about that particular aspect of moving into the top half of the table, because probably that's something I was always looking for. So that's nothing different. Just want to go higher and higher as possible.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
With Fellaini, how helpful has he been to help you get to know the club?
No, he knows. Obviously, I don't talk too much about the club, obviously, but he's always helpful in terms of details about the league, about some of players. So he's always there whenever I need, and he's been great. Honestly, he's been great to me.
Because he's still a county fan, isn't he? Even though
He's
he
a
won't be
local
tomorrow,
boy.
but
Yeah, he's a local boy. Obviously, he knows better than anyone else. I would say this club. He knows the club inside out. But when I talk with him, we don't talk about Newport. We talk about the league, about other players, about other teams, and on that sense, he's been good.
Does he give you tips for best restaurants in the area and stuff like that?
I've been with him. I've been with him in a good one. I have. I don't hide that. Were you there?
in disguise, listening in. With the Kyle blow, you've got other options behind Courtney. David Ajiboye has played there. You confident you've got enough to? They're not like for like replacements, aren't they? But
they're not. And probably last game we played home, we needed Kyle more than any game before. I've been saying Kyle offers different type of style of football. We needed someone like him in the area last game, because Kyle would be good if he plays for a team that is playing constantly in the opposition half, where he can play in the box. And probably last game was one of them that he could be, because we spent a lot of time, obviously, because we had an extra player. But again, it is what it is, and we couldn't use him that game. We tried to use others, so there's an opportunity now for other boys. And you mentioned Ajiboye there, he played there before, and even Bobby can play there. But we've got now the young Jeff Boney that came on. I thought he did very well, and if you know, he only had 19, 20 years, so he's still a very young boy. He hasn't finished his process of development, but this is the moments where they have to seize, to grab, and make the most of the opportunities they have, and they will be doing that. Yes, we've got different options. We can do different things, and it's just down to us to be competitive and finding solutions. Always like that. I don't. It's a pity we lost a player like Hadlin, because he's also a good leader that we've got. But again, we cannot stay in that moment, and we just have to move forward. Give him our support, which was there next day, and then make sure he recovers well, and hopefully he'll be back for just before the season finish for 3 or 4 games. Let's see how it goes.
And how much of your job is also looking for next season and building, helping the club be in a good situation?
Yeah, I think we spoke about that. We hope don't have too much to do this season, and that will be a good indicator, I would say, of the work that has been done this season. So, and that would mean that you've got at least a better, clear idea what type of squad you've got, what type of players you've got, and I don't expect us to be doing too much things, but obviously that work is always there. The decision making, these little injuries, getting to know how the players deal with the intensity you played. So these details will always have to be considered in order to take the best decisions possible in the summer. But we'll have to be very, very detailed, and the ones that you feel it's another step forward.
Because you're very much building for next. You're mindful of next season as well. Even though, I only say because Hugh mentioned in the Q&A that you're on a one year, that you both agreed 1 year contract. How it goes, but you're already thinking. You're not worried by.
Yes, no, because I can't stop working.
Yeah.
In terms of work ethic, I don't know. I leave that down to others to judge.
Yeah.
But I work hard.
Yeah.
Until the last second, hard and the best as I can of my abilities for the club, and that's my job. That's going to be my job. Yes, I don't know. I didn't have the chance to watch what was said, but I know him. That even if I know if I wasn't here, I would be always available to help and to give my opinion, whatever it is. But we are not only building for the next season. That is, I think you would agree, and we've been speaking about that. If you see the players we've got now, some of them with only 10 league games or not, but doing well, you are working for the next 2 or 3 years. That's what you have to see. What we want is that we feel like this season is better than the last one. Next season will be better than this one. If you do that, there's nothing to go wrong.